Grayskull.
Let's talk some toys in here.
Hey, what's up everyone today? It's the Man-Child. Okay, so today for review, we're going to take a look at the new Master Universe Origins Turtles of Grayskull King Hiss figure, mutated King Hiss box set figure. Yeah, he's looking pretty cool. So pretty much it looks like they have two different bodies stacked on top of one another, and the upper half looks like the regular Origins King Hiss style body, but of course painted different. And then the lower half is, yeah, it's a different piece from what I can see. He comes with two large serpent-style snake arms with open mouths from what I can see in the box. Giant cobra head with the fin showing. And you can also convert him to a foot soldier as well. And here's a look at the art and back of the packaging. A lot of crazy stuff going on. So yeah, we have our mutated serpent King Hiss battling out with all the newer style turtles. It's in the Turtles of Grayskull series. Yeah, some Foot Clan soldiers up to the left-hand side, and this big shadow figure is interesting. I don't know if that's a variant of like Hordak or who that is, but well, look at that. And then dropping down, you can see here's the bio for this new King Hiss. And then taking a look at the picture illustrations, so they show you can stack the torsos and reveal the mutated King Hiss, which that's how he's already set up in the box. And moving over, you can see this is how he's disguised as a mutated foot soldier, or how you can build him as a foot soldier. And here's a quick look at the art on the left-hand side of the box, looking for the window of King Hiss in his serpent or mutated form. And here's a look at the art on the other side of the box. So before we take a look at the new King Hiss and all his accessories, he comes with one of these trading cards like most of these box figures comes with, so they don't come with comics. Get a pretty cool picture image, right? Illustration on the front, King Hiss with Foot Clan soldiers in the background. And then if you flip it around, kind of shows all his abilities as King Hiss and then as a snake foot soldier. Okay, here's a quick look around the new King Hiss and all his accessories at a package. He's pretty heavy. I had to put mine on a Kaiser stand because I can't get him to stand up. Taking a closer look at the new head sculpt for this mutated King Hiss. That is incredible. Wow, look at that. I mean, not only the paint and sculpt, but just the overall design. So, yeah, you got the big pair of fangs hanging out of the upper part of the jaw, sculpted, painted, teeth, just teeth everywhere. On the top, little rows of teeth on the bottom. You have a tongue painted, sculpted on the inside of the mouth. But one of the coolest parts of the mouth articulates. It articulates, goes all the way up towards the fangs and down like that. I like that. Painted yellow eyes, scales. The colors too are pretty neat. That gold mixed with the light green stands out. Let's look at the top of the head, all the different plated scales. You got a pair of horns, one on each side. Yeah, like the scales going down the side like that. Yeah, look at the hooded fin too. The way, not only the colors, but the overall sculpt. You have spines on each side, the hood. I like the way the neck's corrugated going down. Here's a look from the side this way. Or that's the better look anyway. And check out the back. Here's a look from the very back with all the plated scales. And then the look from the other side like that. As far as the articulation with this head on this upper body, you can look all the way to the left, right, go all the way down and up. I mean, spins all around. Great articulation. But I don't like this gap. It's not bad when it's, it's sitting forward like that. Looks like it merges in better, kind of tapers. But it's just, so yeah, they reused the first Origins King Hiss body with the snake that wraps around, and it would have been neat if they had a transition piece or, I don't know, just a little different sculpt, so when this head sat on the neck, it just looked better, it just, I don't know, looks really weird to me. I don't care for that. But that's how they went about it. Aside that, I mean, really awesome looking design for this head. So dropping down to the lower buck or double stack bucks. So the upper body or buck is the same one as this original Origins King Hiss serpent style buck. So let me bring him in real quick. We'll go over some of the parts as far as comparison, just to see what they reused. So yeah, obviously, right, as I already mentioned, same upper body, but of course colors are different. Now you notice on this King Hiss 2, they have that rattlesnake piece that was wrapped around the main serpent head. A lot of people didn't like that. I get used to it after a while. I think they should have did the same thing on this cobra head. It will look better, and I see why they did it now, because it kind of blends in when you push it down on top of this other rattlesnake. Because if it didn't have that, it would just look like this. Yeah, this bothers me for some reason, but that gap. Anyway, so they didn't do that, but it looks like the same neck underneath. Let me pull his head off for a second. So, yeah, it's the same neck as this King Hiss has. Put that back on, right? And you can see the inside. Yeah, this is like really too, it's, there you go, finicky, and the whole figure just pops apart. Look at that, every time I touch him, the arms fall off the head, all right, buck. So obviously the arms come out, that arm fell out. put that back in. Yeah, I had a lot of problems with that. Parts falling out and balancing. All right, we're getting ahead of ourselves here. So we already talked about the buck, the head. Now, as far as the arms, obviously he has 4 arms, but they're the same arms as this King Hiss has, right? As far as the arm piece and the bottoms, but the heads are different. Then this is a newer style buck. All right, so front and the back. Then dropping down, so he has the same loin, scaly loin protector and belt as this King Hiss, but the legs are a little different. So this King Hiss always had the scaly armor, right, as far as the upper body or the disguise piece, which I took off. And the legs, and this King Hiss has something similar, but it is different. It's a different sculpt. It's more mechanical. You can see the bolts, right? Then he has like these shin bracers, where this one has regular boots, and then he has regular toes and feet. So that's pretty much the main differences. Of course, the colors. All right, so that being said, we know he spins at the waist, and this comes apart very easily. And then back to the arms. So, yeah, these arms fall out easy, too, when you mess around with them. Like, see that? Pops right out on my figure. So, as far as the articulation, if you're not familiar, and I got to push it in again because the arms keep popping out. It goes up and down, right? Forward and back and all around. Oh, this head is really sloppy. The other arm is all the same. That one's a little tight, right? Spin all around. So yeah, the main heads on the arms now, so they can spin on both sides like that. And then taking a closer look at the main head, it's like, yeah, pretty cool design, very reminiscent of what they did with the top head piece. You have horns coming out of the very back of the head, teeth or horns, I guess horns coming out of the jaw. Look from the top and the bottom. Now, what's cool with all these heads, and they're all the same, all 4 of them. Aside the 2 top ones are green, right? Bottom ones are gold. The jaws also articulate. Check that out. Just like this mouthpiece. So that's pretty cool. So we have our full articulation, teeth, and the jaw. The other sides are all the same. So let's open that up like that. Let's get these arms out of the way. And then, okay, so we already talked about this. I'm still looking this figure over and trying to hold them together. But this head's really bad on mine. All right, once again, so now dropping down to the lower buck. So yeah, it's just different, obviously. And then, yeah, same arms, but gold. And they can go up and down, move forward and back. Of course, come out. That one sticks in easy, where this one keeps falling out. Head spins, exactly the same sculpt as the green side. Articulated jaws as well, but gold, obviously everything is in a, yeah, like a deep gold color. It's pretty cool. I like that. Kind of mixed. I don't know if I'd like them all green or gold or maybe even yellow. It's a shame they didn't have these in yellow. So one thing I always wish with this King Hiss is that one or both of the mounts were sculpted open like that. And they didn't do that, just like this mouth. But, so that's different. All right, so we said that. They spin. There's a closer look at everything. Just that it's the same one. All the details. Smooth them out of the way. And then, of course, this piece can spin. And you can pull them apart at the waist like that. Now, so moving down here, here's the front and back, excuse me. Yeah, sorry, I'm trying to jump around here and then keep everything together. So I'm focusing on looking through the camera. All right, so we already talked about we know this is the same style, belt as this King Hiss. And then the legs are a little different. As far as the articulation with the legs, so you can go all the way out with a split, like this. This guy's like falling apart. Go forward, back. You can bend at this knee piece, spin at the knee. Other legs are all the same. And then, yeah, you have these gauntlets or kind of shin bracers. Now, these are a separate piece here. So you can take these off and put boots on if you wanted to, but then it wouldn't match this upper part because this is all part of the knee. All right, so I guess just leave them on. And then, yeah, you have this kind of 2-toed creature foot. And that can go up and down and rock side to side, and the other side's all the same. Okay, so before we take a look at the Foot Clan setup, I just want to mix some parts around with this figure. So obviously we know we can break here, right, and here. And then, of course, the arms would come out. If you want to mix the gold arms up top and the green arms down bottom, you could do that. But I don't know. I think it's fine the way it is. So the first thing I want to do is just drop this lower piece on top, down on the leg. So there's our regular style King Hiss. So you don't want to use this upper half and have that double stacked body. So it would look like that. Again, you can change the gold arms out. You can spin. Just look at the head, which, man, mine's really bad. Wow. Quick look at that setup. And then the other thing too is you can break that apart. Right, bring in the Origins regular King Hiss if you like the regular legs with the boots and this red belt. Let's take a look at that real quick on camera. There's a quick look at that setup. So now we have this mutated style King Hiss, right, with the lower legs. And then the next thing I did is just change out the gold arms on this upper part of the body. So you still have the green ooze transition, but it's mainly gold. So actually it looks better. You didn't want to use these overly bright green arms. Quick look at that setup with the regular Origin style King Hiss legs. Okay, so the other thing I did is bring back in the original mutated legs setup, and I wanted to take that lower body, right? So it's obviously it's stacked on this. I wanted to see if you can just use that. I mean, it looks kind of weird. Just looks a lot better. I was curious if that head would fit on that, and it doesn't. So this is just specifically designed to, you know, for the lower half and to put the snake arms in. So yeah, the head definitely has to be on this top piece like that. So moving forward, taking a look at the Foot Clan parts or the King Hiss, in disguise suit. So he gets the King Hiss body armor. Looks like the same exact one, again, at the original Origins King Hiss armor comes with, I think. Yes. Aside, he has this purple armor piece that comes over the top. Or a neck piece. Now that comes off. There we go. So better look at that. So yeah, it's the same thing aside. This original King Hiss one had the plate and snake painted. Everything else looks the same. So there's that. And here's the two buckles, how it comes on and off. We'll get to that soon. Here's a close look at that armor piece I just removed. Really good detail. This is a hard piece, by the way. It's not like a real soft rubber. Got to be careful with that, squeezing it. Where this is a soft rubber. Then he gets this lower, like the belt guard skirt piece. Right, transition piece. Closer look at that. That's soft rubber. And of course, here's the head. That's pretty cool. I like the face mask, painted yellow eyes. You know, the little Foot Clan soldier, the emblem up top, insignia. And then he gets a pair of arms. So you have like those shredder gauntlets. The hands, they can spin, go in and out, just regular gripping hands. Here's the other side. It's all the same now again. Now these are, let me see something here. This is the original King Hiss arms, right? Are they the same? So it looks like the upper part as far as the shoulder and the biceps the same, but the forearm is longer. So it is different. Of course, he has a yellow, you know, the glove with the hand. So you can see the difference in the arms. So these are larger, which is pretty cool. All right, so once again, taking a look at the Serpent King Hiss, or Mutated King Hiss, all stacked up as it comes in a box. So yeah, obviously I removed the head. Now I want to, first I want to put the armor on the upper part of the body, because that's the only piece that's going to go on. It's not going to go on this lower piece of work, as we already know. So it's just going to pop down over the head like that. Right, and you have these two buckle straps. And then I'm going to put this neck transition piece, like it came in the box, will snap on like that. And then let's put the Foot Clan neck on top. Or actually, no, let's try the King Hiss. Yeah, let's try the main neck piece first. See if it fits with this armor and then this shoulder piece. So, off camera, I've been messing around with this headpiece. So, obviously, we have the armor on the upper buck with this shoulder piece that just snaps right down. But the problem is, the head can sit there, but with this armor, it does not go all the way down and catch this peg, no matter how hard I force it. So, from what I can see on my figure, this head does not work with this upper armor and that piece on. Well, this piece, I don't know if this is affecting. Let me get this off for a second. Let's pop this off. How about now without that? Okay, a little better. So, yeah, without this in the way, the head can fit on. It's what it would look like if you just wanted to have that armor piece. It does articulate. Actually, it's a lot, see, that looks a lot better now with this piece in the transition, with, but it is gold to green. So, yeah, we will not work with this piece. But once again, let's pop the head off. I'm going to put this back on with our, mutated, stacked up Serpent King Hiss. And now let's throw the Foot Clan head on, see what that looks like. And there's a quick look at that setup. So, yeah, we have the main armor on, that shoulder piece, and, of course, the Foot Clan soldier head on the top of the body, on the big stacked up serpent form. Kind of cool, and the snake arms, right? You want to do that. And then, of course, we can leave the stacked body on like so. Pull these two arms out. So we're converting them more to the regular Foot Clan soldier. I'm just kind of, stacking them up with the serpent form first. And then we can put these arms on next. Let me do that. And there's a quick look at that setup. So once again, we have our stacked mutated King Hiss setup, right? We have the 2 lower gold arms on to match this piece. Slip the, obviously the regular legs on. We have the armor on, this neck piece, Foot Clan soldier head, and now the arms. So that's a pretty cool looking setup. And as far as the articulation on this body with these arms, these two are like, I'm having a hard time with them. Go up and down, forward, back. Yeah, these things fall right off. Bend at the elbow, spin at the elbow. Mine are stuck. Yeah, I'm having a lot of issues with my figure. Just things falling out or not working at all. All right, so the hands can spin, go in and out. You have a gripping hand on that side. How about this side? Yep, thing falls right off. There he goes. Better look at the arm. You can spin. See, go up and down. Bend up at the elbow, in and out, spin, and we already talked about the hand going in and out. Okay, and then of course the last thing to do is just to transition them to a normal Foot Clan Turtles Grayskull soldier, as we already have them set up. So we have most of the upper part set up, right? Just going to break this off, and then we're going to put that lower skirt piece on. It's like a transition piece to hide everything. You don't have to use it, but I think it looks better. And then snap the upper part of the body on with the armor. There we go. That's our Foot Clan soldier. So we're already familiar with the arms. Yeah, these things, they fall off real easy as soon as you mess with them. You don't really grip these arms too well. We're familiar with the head, the articulation somewhat. Go down and back and spin, lift the right. Yeah, again, mine wants to pop off the ball peg, so I'm not messing with it too much. You can spin at the waist now with this piece on. We talked about the arms. And then as far as the legs with this piece, you can't really go out too far with them. That's about it. All right, we still have a kick forward. A little bit back. We're familiar with all the joints. The knees, piece just keeps falling right off. Things are useless. So keep one on, one off, and set them up. All right, balance is pretty good, and pretty much quick, look at the overall Foot Clan soldier all put together. Okay, and then once again with the Foot Clan soldier setup, I also put the regular origin style King Hiss snake arms on. So just a quick look at that setup. Because, they can blend in once you have the armor that would hide the main body on. So, obviously this would be underneath that normally. Or this is the other King Hiss, obviously. But just a quick look at that if you want to use those arms in combination with the setup and the Foot Clan soldier head. And then once again, jumping back over to the mutated double stack serpent setup with King Hiss. So yeah, I just left the main disguise chest armor on. I just left the regular origin style serpent snake arms on, obviously, on that body, like we had it set up with the Foot Clan soldier with the head. Put the regular head back on, it's King Hiss head. Now, of course, this won't work, right? Because it's just, as I showed earlier, so you leave it off. Of course, we had the lower piece on with the gold snake arms. And then I left that lower skirt piece on as well. So there's another combination or setup. And now I just put the regular origin serpent style King Hiss head on the body with this armor. I put his regular arms on as well in place of the these yellow ones, or the Turtles of Grayskull arms that this figure comes with. I left the gold setup, obviously, because I think these gold arms goes best with this gold riser piece. And then I put the regular King Hiss style origins, yeah, the waist and legs on with the boots. And then for another quick setup, I just put the regular Turtles of Grayskull extended arms on with the, the shredder wrist gauntlets or bracers. I put the regular origins disguise King Hiss head on, that armor. And I put the regular legs back on, and then, of course, left the middle part as is. Because, yeah, I think the gold goes best with those arms. We can always put the green ones back in. You can put some yellow arms in there if you wanted to. But, yeah, you really can't do much with this gold piece. It just doesn't look right. And would have been cool if you could use the other armor over this. I tried, but you can't with the neck piece, just to disguise as double armors. And, of course, you could put this armor back on the top. It's, the only thing different is it's silver, obviously, as the silver painting. But aside that, it's another fun combination to mix and match some wacky parts with this King Hiss in conjunction with the other King Hiss, if you have them. So that about does it. That's my review on the new Masters Universe Origins Turtles of Grayskull King Hiss figure, or mutated King Hiss figure. Yeah, he came out really cool. They did a really good job with this fin head sculpt and the articulated mouth. At certain positions, again, I don't like that weird cut in the neck. It does look better when the armor's on the body, how it sits over that. I think I would have preferred an extra rattlesnake like they did with this figure, but that's just me. It's not the worst thing. I like the dual pair of arms, and that you have newly sculpted heads to match something similar to this head, but with articulated mouths. That's pretty neat. Colors are also interesting. It's cool you also get a you know, the feet and loin, or at least the legs are different. I thought they were the same legs as this figure originally in box with boots, but no, I like this. It's, you know, it's just different. And of course, if you have this figure, you can mix and match parts around like I showed. And there's other combinations you can do. I just did a few. But I think one of the coolest parts is you have these other accessories to make a Foot Clan soldier. You know, that's pretty neat. Whether you want, or you just want to dress it up on a serpent style King Hiss like I showed, some of my combinations, or just make his own thing. I like that they also added the longer arms, the gauntlets, which these fall off pretty easy. Just depends how they arm, you know, how they're positioned on the arm. And yeah, I like the Foot Clan soldier, masked head. Again, whether you put it on a serpent style King Hiss body or just take this body and make it its own thing. Really cool. It came out pretty neat, beside the balancing issues and little odds and ends. But aside that, yeah, another cool looking mutated figure for the Turtles of Grayskull line. So as always, I appreciate everybody watching. And until next time, take care.